Elon Musk announces that Tesla will accept Bitcoin as a new parallel society rises. In this video, we're going to take a look at the latest move by Tesla to tap into the purchasing power of Bitcoin, what it means for the future of cryptocurrencies, and how it's all part of a wider parallel society that's leaving the leftist woke world in the dust. You are not going to want to miss this. Greetings, everyone. Dr. Steve here with you. Wonderful to be with you. As always, we're here to give you each and every single day conservative hope in the midst of these turbulent and trying times, helping you to think better so you can feel better and provide for you that patriot path to freedom. So if you haven't already done so, you know what to do. Make sure to smack that bell and subscribe button. Also for you podcast fans, we now reached 2 million podcast downloads. So make sure to click on that link below and sign up for our various podcast platforms as well. We're now one of the top 20 podcasts in the nation for political commentary. We have you to thank for that. We've also got links to our Rumble and Parler channels down below. We'd love for you to subscribe to them as well. Before we dive in here, before we do anything, make sure to click on that link below and head on over to my special website for My Patriot Food Supply. As we saw with the whole pandemic insanity over the last year, we simply cannot wait for an emergency to happen before we respond to one. And no one makes preparing for an emergency more ridiculously easy and affordable than My Patriot Supply. Gang, they're simply the best. Their food kits last up to 25 years in storage. They include, you know what they include, breakfast, lunches, dinners. And if you act now, you can save $50 off a full 4-week emergency food supply when you click on the link below to my special website. So do not wait. I've got my food supply. Make sure you get yours. Click on that link below. Go to preparewithsteve.com. Save $50 off your very own 4-week emergency food supply today. All right, gang, let's dive right in here. It's being widely reported that Tesla's now accepting Bitcoin as payment for its cars in the United States. Elon Musk made the announcement on his Twitter account a few hours back. It is effective immediately here in the United States, and it will extend out to other nations later this year. It's fascinating because Musk made it clear that he has no intention of converting the Bitcoin purchases to fiat currencies. We'll get into what a fiat currency is in a moment. In other words, he's not interested in exchanging Bitcoin for dollars, okay? The purchases made by Bitcoin are going to remain as Bitcoin, which is very important for the future of cryptocurrencies, which we'll get into in a moment. Now, this is but the latest move by Elon Musk towards embracing the future cryptocurrencies. You remember, what was it, just a few weeks back that Musk entered into the fray? He added a simple little hashtag to his Twitter bio, hashtag Bitcoin, and then tweeted out the rather Obi-Wan cryptic observation, "In retrospect, it was inevitable." That one act, the addition of a hashtag Bitcoin in his Twitter bio and the cryptic tweet, caused Bitcoin to skyrocket 20% in market value. Now, this is really interesting here. If you're not familiar with how cryptocurrency works, it's interesting. Cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin work just like what we call fiat money, okay? And fiat money is government-issued currency that's not backed by a physical commodity such as gold or silver, but rather by the government that issues it. So the value of fiat money is derived from the relationship between supply and demand and the stability of the issuing government, rather than the worth of a commodity backing it, as is the case for commodity money. So most modern paper currencies are fiat currencies. It includes the US dollar, the euro, other major global currencies. Our money here in the States, the dollar, is worth its value not based on any gold or silver or other commodity to which it's attached. Rather, our money is worth its value based on what's called the full faith and credit of the United States. The full faith and credit definition of money means that anyone who uses our dollars trusts in the fact that the currency will be recognized as such based on its relationship to the economic output of the United States and will thus have recognized buying power. It's very interesting how much our currencies are tied to the notion of faith, right? The term credit is derived from the Latin credo, which means I believe. The dollar has value because people believe it has value and therefore use it with fully recognized purchasing power. Well, cryptocurrencies work very much the same way. The difference is that cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin do not gain their value by virtue of their faith and credit derived from governments. Instead, cryptocurrencies derive their value from the faith and credit of the users of cryptocurrencies. This is what enables cryptocurrencies to be autonomous. They draw from the principle the full faith and credit definition of fiat currencies, but the full faith and credit is derived from the people who use the cryptocurrencies, not any particular government or nation. Now, that obviously means that cryptocurrency is going to be, shall we say, rather volatile, right? There are going to be times when digital money has a lot of trust, and there are going to be times when that trust is shaken. And we could see that in the history of Bitcoin. Bitcoin appeared on the scene in 2008. At the outset, each Bitcoin token had a value basically a penny. Okay, it was worth a cent. Then by late 2009, a single Bitcoin token had reached a value of $27, literally in a matter of months. But that was nothing. As Bitcoin started to catch on, more and more people started to invest in it, and its value started to surge. In 2016, Bitcoin hit upwards of $900 per token, only to launch into the stratosphere to an astonishing $20,089 per token on December 17th, 2017. That record price represented a near 25,000% return in just 52 weeks. But then the value of Bitcoin retreated from those all-time highs just as quickly as it increased. Bitcoin fell to $3,500 per token in February 2019, losing 80% of its December 2017 high. And it continued this roller coaster ride, and then the pandemic in 2020. And that's when Bitcoin absolutely skyrocketed beyond anything we had seen before. Now, what makes this move by Tesla so interesting and frankly so promising regarding the viability of Bitcoin is that Tesla accepting Bitcoin satisfies the key prerequisite for the cryptocurrency's value, which is the belief that the currency will continue to increase in value due to increased demand. There was an interesting article in Value Examiner. It's a journal for consulting disciplines, and it pointed out that this is the key difference between, say, investing in cryptocurrencies and investing in traditional assets like stocks and ETFs and the like. No balance sheet supports the value of cryptocurrencies. Crypto doesn't provide the investor with any contractual or expected cash flow. The value of cryptocurrencies is based on the confidence of the investor in the future potential that they will increase in value due to increased demand. And that's precisely what Tesla is doing here. In accepting Bitcoin, Tesla is announcing loud and clear that their market analysis has determined that Bitcoin is indeed going to increase in value due to increased demand, which is already pushing the price up as of today. We're already seeing the positive effects of just such confidence in cryptocurrencies' future potential. And by the way, this is why it was so important for Musk to announce that Tesla would not be exchanging Bitcoin purchases for dollars. All Bitcoin purchases remain Bitcoin, which means that he believes that the Bitcoin Tesla gets for its exchange in the cars, it's only going to go up in the price. So if a car is priced at $60,000 and a purchaser buys it with a Bitcoin equivalent, then over the course of, say, the next year, Bitcoin doubles in value, then that car is actually sold by Tesla for the Bitcoin equivalent of $120,000. So Musk is clearly signaling that he sees the value of cryptocurrencies continuing to increase for the foreseeable future. And he's not alone. I mean, it's being reported that Mastercard is now preparing for a crypto future as well. It looks like credit card payments are going to start supporting select cryptocurrencies directly within the year. So it's happening at a very fast rate as we speak. So what does all of this mean? Well, before we get into that, if you are looking for some awesome encouragement and a hopeful alternative to all the fake news nonsense that's spewed out there on a daily basis from the leftist likes of CNN and MSNBC and the New York Times, you're going to find no better antidote than what's in the pages of my book, The Return of Christendom. Do not take my word for it, gang. Just read through all the reviews on Amazon, over 260 of them, and you'll see how this book cuts through all the cynicism and despair that we so often feel living in this crazy globalist world. And page after page, I give you all the data, all the stats, all the indicators that show nothing less than a new conservative Christian majority is indeed emerging throughout the United States and in Europe as well. And it's already transforming the world map into a more nationalist, populist, and traditionalist world. And if you click on that link below, we are offering it for a limited time at a 50% discount. That's right, half off, 50% off, so do not wait. It is a limited time offer. Click on that link and get your book at a super discount today and arm yourself with the confident and hopeful information you need to crush fake news once and for all. All right, we've been talking a lot lately about what scholars are calling the emergence of a parallel society. And the notion of a parallel society is rather simple. In the face of the corruption of corporate America and its capitulation of far-left wokeism, it's incumbent upon those who want to live in liberty and truth to build their own industries, what we might call parallel structures, that enable us to live out truth unencumbered by the extremist wokeism of the social justice warrior left. And that's precisely what cryptocurrencies represent. They're increasingly being recognized as viable currencies that aren't tied to any particular government or state or corporation, and thus they can't be manipulated and coerced by the far left to punish conservatives. And so what we're seeing is nothing less really than the awakening of an alternative social order that allows us to live in freedom. And so we're seeing, of course, the rise of alt tech with Rumble and Parler and BitChute and Minds of what Trump's gotten in the store for us in a couple months. We've got the alt media and the guys of Breitbart and Epic Times and Talk Radio. We're seeing the rise of alternative banks that are beginning to hold digital monies like Bitcoin. We're seeing the rise of alternatives to health insurance and the guise of what are called healthcare cost-sharing ministries. We're seeing nothing less than a revolution in education as we speak, with the rise of homeschooling and classical education. And now, thanks to Elon Musk and a number of other companies, we're starting to see the rise of alternative currencies that look more and more likely not only to be the wave of the future, but the wave of a future free from the woke left. Now, before you go, make sure to like this video, comment down below, subscribe to my channel, click on the link and check out our awesome merch. And you'll definitely want to check out my latest video I just uploaded on how Ilhan Omar gets ripped for her tweet about the Boulder, Colorado shooter's race. You're not going to want to miss it. So make sure to click on the link, and I'll see you over there. God bless.